What up, everybody? It's Anthony Renato here. And unfortunately, I am sitting here alone because I am not going to be on my podcast episode today. But I'm super fired up because we're going to have 3 of our trainers from F45 stepping in and just having a little casual conversation about some purpose, about some things that are kind of our DNA and ethos in the gym. And I thought it would be best if I just got the hell out the way. So pay attention. Let's get it.
What's up, guys? I'm Keri, head trainer at F45 City Square. I am sitting alongside 2 of our other trainers, Nicole and Drew. If y'all want to introduce yourself or
I'm Nicole, trainer, F45 Baton Rouge manager.
Yeah, about to be full-time with us, yeah.
There you go. Starting soon.
I know. No, we were chatting the other day, us 3 in the gym, about like body image and goals and all the things that we all struggle with. And I was like, we need to record a podcast about this. So I think we just decided to get on here and kind of give you guys some of our, I guess, insecurities that we have them too, but like how we deal with them. And so yeah, that's kind of what this podcast will be about. I know for me, I guess I'll go first, like being in front of everyone and like having to show you guys a certain way of living, which I do 100%. Mm-hmm. The pressure of that sometimes gets to me. Not like to an extreme, but that would be like kind of what I'm most hard on myself about. So yeah, I don't know.
I definitely feel that. Like, I feel like it's hard, especially right now. We just got through the Christmas holidays. Like, you're clearly indulging and everything, but as being a trainer, like, you kind of do have a standard set for yourself, or at least I do. And sometimes you do feel the need, like, to try to maybe look good all the time, or like just show your best side, I guess. But it's also just really, like, we all know, like, it doesn't have to be like that. Like, it's just very chill.
Right.
We all just, I don't know, you just be yourself.
Absolutely. No, it's the hardest, I think, for sometimes, like, if you're out and about, you want to show people that you are normal, which we are. Mm-hmm. I feel like we all live a very good, balanced life, and it's important. But it's also like, hey, by the way, I don't do this often.
Yeah.
So, like, I struggle with that too. Like, I want to, like, we always want to motivate our members, and we do that. I feel like such a good job. But, when you're out and about, you want to show them the balanced side, but you also want to show them, like, you don't do this all the time too. Mm-hmm. That can be hard as well, and for me anyway.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes it's hard for people because they're like, oh, like, you can do this and you don't gain weight. It's like, well, I don't do this every night of my life, and I think I've kind of shown that in, like, when we did Day in the Life on our Instagram.
Yes.
Everybody was like, you eat normal. I'm like, yeah, I had ice cream at night, but, like, I have a little tiny portion of ice cream. I'm not eating a pint of ice cream every single night. So I think, showing people, you can indulge and you can do these things. It's just about balance.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll be the first to say I do not eat healthy 24/7. Like, that is not how I want to live my life. But I don't eat terrible every single day.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I don't know. I think showing them too, like people in general, that you can eat things you love and still like succeed.
Mm-hmm. And I think too, it's such like a fine line. I'm very open about, like, I've had an eating disorder in the past. I took it to the extreme. I mean, I was way smaller than I am now. And, like, now I'm to that point where, like, I have to balance it out because you start getting in that mindset, like, oh, my gosh, like, I can't eat that. It's so bad. It's going to ruin all my progress. And you can't think that way.
Life is way too short to live that way. Like, I'm the number one advocate for, like, all right, it's king cake season. Like, I'm not going to eat every king cake that comes to the office, okay? But I am going to try at least the good ones, like the rare ones that only come around from, like, New Orleans and stuff. Like, what is that one? Manny Randazzo or whoever he is. I don't know. But, like, it really is just about balance. Like, I will indulge, like, say Thanksgiving or Christmas. You're around these special treats that, say, your family makes. Like, Spencer's family makes, like, the best chess pie, and I don't get that anywhere else.
What is that?
I don't even know. It tastes like like butter or like buttercream. It's like a pumpkin pie on crack. I don't even know. But I'm like, y'all better have a chest pie there because I'm going to eat that. Like, okay, it's not like you have to eat every piece of pie.
Right. But I feel like you have a healthy relationship with it, with yourself too. But I want to go back because like your story is great. And I think you like such a big inspiration for myself and like people in the gym. And I don't know if everyone knows your story.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine, I told you that story. So it kind of, that topic kind of sits with me. But I think like the main thing I think is so powerful for you is like look at you now.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, I don't know if everyone knows her story, but I think you should share like how you got out of that mindset on looking in the mirror every day and seeing something maybe, I know you probably didn't love yourself at some point, you know, whenever you were struggling. And like now you do. Like it's just incredible.
Yeah. I mean, to me, the biggest thing was like when that happened to me, I was just getting into fitness. I didn't know any better. And that was at the time, it was 2013, 2014. So like fitness was just hitting Instagram. And I mean, that's the thing. Everybody was like skinny. Girls weren't lifting weights yet. So it was just, you know, cardio. I would literally go to Planet Fitness and run 5 miles on the treadmill. And then I would get on the elliptical and do more. And what really changed for me was, you know, getting into the gym and like actually lifting weights. Like I started seeing people on YouTube that were lifting weights and I was like, oh, like that looks kind of cool. And at the time the LSU UREC was under construction. So it was just, you know, half of a basketball court. It was very small. And it was like me and one other girl who would lift weights. And like even my girlfriends like didn't really understand it. They were like, oh, like you're going to get bulky. I'm like, no, like I've seen these girls on YouTube doing it. And people always ask, like, how did you learn to lift weights? And, like, it really was, like, YouTube. I had no idea. I would just go during the slow times and start lifting. And I think that's really, you know, that and the people I was surrounding myself with is really what pulled me out of that dark time. Because, I mean, I would stand in front of the mirror, not small enough, I'm not small enough. And then I'd miss out on stuff because I was so stressed about food. Like, I always talk about that around the holidays because, for me, holidays were not a fun time. Because I was just stressed. What am I going to eat? People are going to notice. And to me, it was just more getting in the gym, lifting weights, focusing on being strong, and then realizing, like, yeah, you can have, you know, treats. You can't eat this way. And then for me also, it was, you know, now I'm to the point where I don't track any calories. And that took me a very long time. I mean, even like 2 years ago, I was still tracking calories. So I never fully let go. But now, I mean, just live life, eat freely, and realize it's too short.
I mean, I hope that inspires so many people. The topic of like social media for me and nowadays like such a sour subject, I think. And so many people, and I'm sure we've seen influence on, and you're like, dang, like she's doing great. It kind of gets to us, but like we know how to like bounce back. But it's, you get in your head so much, and I think, and I do this every morning. I don't know what y'all do every day, but like just looking yourself in the mirror and being like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
But a lot of people let those things get to them, and it really crushes me, especially like the younger generation.
I know.
And I'm like, I always like, as a trainer, of course you do fitness. When people think of the word fitness, you're doing it to look good, right?
Right.
But I really, really try to teach people, hey, it's not about that. Like,
It's about the way you feel.
right?
Yeah.
Like, everyone's gonna be designed different. This person won't look like this person.
Right.
This person is. You can't do that, and I feel like we live in a world that it's like that. And I just think it's so important as females, and especially in our roles, and I think we all do a good job of it. But keep reminding everyone, like, hey, like you're good. Stop comparing yourself.
Yeah.
You just never know what people are struggling with too. I'm like, we have our insecurities.
Yeah.
And you just never know the triggers. And like, you never know what might trigger you again one day.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people will be like, oh my gosh, like, you have thick legs. Whenever I was like in my eating disorder phase, like, I wanted skinny legs so bad. And like, still to this day, when people say that, it's kind of like a mind game. I'm like, God, like, I wish they wouldn't say that.
Or even like at Thanksgiving or Christmas, someone's like, oh, you're going to have 3 pieces of pie? I'm so surprised you're having 3 pieces of pie. I'm like, what is it to you? Like,
It's honestly
do
the
not
most frustrating
comment on the
thing.
amount of pie
Right.
that I'm eating. Like, I want the pie or whatever it may be. I don't know, but I'm just like,
Okay, the pressure of that, honestly, I think that's the hardest thing about
Yeah.
being in
It is.
this setting of things. And you're almost sometimes scared to go for it and just
Yeah.
like
just don't even want
indulge
to hear
in
the
food.
comments about it. Like,
Because you're like, you will get a comment.
Yeah.
It's almost guaranteed.
you
And
just have to know how to deal with it
Right.
and how to just push it aside, because those people, it's probably your Aunt Sue who is like doing the keto diet and really like
Yeah.
is like, oh, I cannot believe you're eating all that bread, all those mashed potatoes. Like, you're so young, you can afford it, stuff like that. But it's like thanks for your comment, Aunt Sue. But like, I don't really
Yeah.
need that. Like,
Right.
I hear you, but I'm not listening to you. Like, you can't just let those things like affect you.
I
You
know.
can't actually listen to what the people say.
Right.
I tell myself at least.
And that's like a tunnel
Yeah.
vision too. I am the same way. That's a big one for me.
Yeah.
Like really big. It's almost a frustrating thing. I don't know about
It
y'all.
is.
But I mean,
it's tough to get out of, and it's tough. We're still in the point where people are going to make comments about how you look, what you eat.
always
And that's, whether it's us or, what I've been seeing right now with, the beginning of the year, people are going to the gym for the first time in their life, and like they're so terrified of being made fun of because they're on the complete opposite end of the spectrum as us, and it's the same way for them. People just need to not make comments about weight, about food, because you just don't know what's going to trigger somebody.
right. And just like I feel like for the new year, like what I really am hoping to like teach people, I always say you only have one body, right? So like you have to go to bed with yourself every night. You have to spend the entire day with yourself. You're kind of this issue. You could have all the best friends, you could have like all the a spouse, kids, this and that, but like it is just you.
Yeah.
So like if you feel awful about yourself, that sucks.
Yeah, you gotta
And it
change
doesn't matter what's
Yeah.
a part of your life for all these happy things. Like I've just, it really like eats me up when you see someone not happy with themselves. So I think just teaching people like that and getting them the right steps and not like, oh, if you do this keto diet and you work out 3 times a day, you're gonna feel happy. Honestly, I don't think you will.
No.
Yeah.
So I just think
And
like,
if you do, it's very short lived.
and it is, and then you're gonna get burnt out because
Yeah.
you're doing all this craziness. You're like, dang, now I'm unhappy. I'm still unhappy, and I'm burnt out. And it's, I don't know. I just think it's important. Like I always call people badasses, but
Yeah.
it's a true thing. We're all our individual badass person. I think finding that and being surrounded by such like positive
Yeah.
people, which I think the gym is, which is why I tell people just come to the gym. You're gonna feel better about yourself.
Right.
Just being there.
I'm not even kidding. Like, since I've started going to F45, this sounds like such like a testament, but it's really not. Like, I used to be way more concerned about like eating so clean, having whole grain fruits and vegetables, no processed food, stuff like that. But like being around y'all, like it's so normal just to like live a normal life. Let's go get
Yeah.
government taco. Like,
Right.
let's go get lit pizza. Like, just it's okay to eat regular foods.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to do it all the time, but like it's perfectly okay to do it, especially with your friends, being social. At least that's
Yeah.
how I
Right.
try to live my life. Is like when I'm alone, okay, I'm gonna be on my ish. All right, I'm gonna cook my meals. I'm gonna be good. But if somebody wants to go get something that I don't normally eat every day, like I'm like, all right, I'm down. Let's go.
Yeah.
Have
I'm
a
not
good
gonna
time.
lie. Thursday
Enjoy
night I was
yourself.
working out at 6:30, and in the middle of the workout I ordered lit pizza. I was just feeling very hungry, and I'd been craving
Listen to
lit
your
pizza
body.
for like 3 weeks. So I was like, okay, and then I ate half of it, saved the other half for lunch the next day.
But also, I swear, I will never not live this way. But you could still go be like social, and there's all the places you go, you could eat somewhat healthy.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh!
Like I think
yes, you
people
can.
like you can do both.
You really
don't be
can.
afraid to go
Right.
places. Now, until you get to the point that you have self control and you can pick the healthier option. If you feel like you need to stay away, then okay,
Yeah.
that's one thing. But like
Pretty much anywhere.
being okay, that's part of happiness too.
Yeah.
And part of being happy with yourself is being surrounded and doing things you like. Don't neglect it 100%. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then you're really gonna be miserable. Just learn how to eat
Yeah.
You can get tacos. Mexican's my favorite.
I know.
Favorite place to go.
Love a margarita.
Tacos in a mar.
We'll always get a
Yes, some chips and salsa. Yeah, I think really what people have to realize, like, it doesn't matter, like, what your body looks like. If you're not happy with yourself, like, internally, you're never going to be happy with how you look in the mirror. I mean, I have been all different shapes and sizes, and, you know, now I'm finally, like, confident and happy. Like, getting skinnier did not make me happy. I mean, I was miserable.
Right.
And I think people have to realize, like, this is your one life. Like, you could die tomorrow.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And, like, are
is it
you going to
really that
spend
big
your
of a
life
deal?
worried about
Yeah.
food and how you look? Like,
Exactly.
nourish, like, yourself with good foods. Also, like, nourish your relationships around you. Like, don't miss out on things because you're too concerned about eating and your body image. You just have to, you know, like, this is me. I feel healthy. And I'm going to live my life.
I know, and like I think a lot of like the social media stuff, I put it on the board. I think it was yesterday, to like unfollow people that don't inspire you.
Yeah.
like that too. Like,
It's very
God,
triggering
it
to
is so
follow
true.
fitness influencers.
Yes.
and
Like,
you automatically can have a bad day. Like
Yes.
instant, like, oh, I don't look like that.
I mean, like, I promise you, they're photoshopping their pictures. Like,
I know. And I think but also like, I think it's important too. Like, having goals is important, and yes, we all want to like reach a certain level of the way we look, but it has to be a healthy way. Like,
Yes.
like when we do the challenges and stuff, like we always write down our goals and
yeah.
things we want to do, but don't make it so obsessive, because then once that challenge is over, it's kind of like, I can't live this way anymore. Like, I got to go back to my normal self. So I think like
Small change.
having goals and wanting to look better is okay. Like, it's 100% okay. We are still going to, but like the part that I just like don't want people to stress about is like, be you, be comfortable in your skin, have goals, but don't go crazy with it.
Yeah.
And don't compare yourself.
I know, gosh, and I know it's hard. I'm sure we do it.
It's hard. I mean,
you know,
Yeah, no, it really is. Like that, what you said about social media, unfollowing people who do not like serve you, that is one of the biggest things that you can do, I swear. Because you open your Instagram, you're not really asking to see some of the things that you see most of the times. And it's just like it comes up and you're like, wow, like I'm doing everything that they're doing. Why don't I look like that? Like, it's just so easy to compare. But if that is not serving you and making you happy, the easiest thing is just to unfollow. Like,
it really is. I actually did it recently, and
I love a good purge.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
always
know.
do that. Just unfollow
but there's
them.
some people, like, social media is a great platform. They got some very fake things, but you find the right ones.
Yes.
Like, every morning I follow this little like inspiration thing, and it's like I look forward to every morning. I wake up and I read it, and I'm weird, and I look in the mirror every morning. And I'm like, it's that little self like thing, but it
You
works
was smart.
for me.
You was kind.
But it works for me, and I'm like, I don't know, it's just like a start of my day. And I have every day is not perfect, of course.
Yeah.
But who you surround yourself with, I think, is huge.
Absolutely. I mean, if you have people that are tearing you down, whether it's your friends in real life, I mean, they're not really your friends, but whether it's people in your real life or if it's people on social media that are making you feel some sort of way. I mean, I know I'm guilty of like following people just because like I don't like them, and like not people that we know, but like following influencers that just like aggravate me.
I know.
But I'm like, why do I follow them? Like, just unfollow, like let it go. If something is not serving you, you just have to get rid
And
of
I
it.
think people, I hope if you get something from out of this, is the self-talk in your head, or you might say out loud. So like, the thing that crushes me a lot, like being in the gym, is hearing people say negative things about themselves out loud. And I'm like, you just ruin your entire day. You do your workout. Yeah, now your workout's going to suck.
Yeah.
It really will, because the whole time you're going to think all the things you just said out loud. I know, like, people have struggles, and yes, it's tough. And tomorrow, it's not going to click one day, and you can be like, oh, I'm better.
Yeah.
It literally takes, like, time and self-talk and all the things. And I think one of the main things is not talking so negative about yourself.
I think it's just a habit that a lot of people have. Like,
And I swear, have you ever noticed if somebody says something like, oh, excuse, stop.
yeah.
Why did you just say that? Like, no, like, how did that make you feel? Awful, right? Just made you feel like shit. Now here you are stuck in this gloomy state of mind. No, just
it's very hard for people to talk positive about themselves. Like, look at those icebreakers when you ask somebody, like, say some things about yourself.
That's true.
Nobody wants to do it.
Right.
So I think that's just something that's ingrained in us, and it's something that we have to break away from. You have to be confident in yourself. You have to love yourself, or else you're not going to be happy.
Right.
I
And
mean-
like, who else is gonna love you too? Like being yourself, like being your own body.
Yeah.
It's tough. I don't know.
Yeah.
So many things. But I feel like this conversation needs to go in, we could go into depth a little
I
bit
know.
more. But anything else should we chat about with this topic?
I mean, really the main thing is, like, your body gets you up and moves you every day. So, like, be thankful. You know,
Be
like,
nice
your
to it.
body is very powerful.
Yeah.
Like, this is your one body. It gets you out of bed every single morning. It keeps you going. So, I mean, like, people always say, like, your body is your temple. But, like, it's true.
It
Like,
really
that's
is.
your body. And, you know, start taking care of it now. Like, it's never too late. You know, start taking care of it now, and then just be positive about yourself.
And if like that's so true, and if you really do commit, I know I think it was yesterday, we were like, everyone wants to make a change and be better about themselves, but no one else can make them change unless they're willing to change.
Oh, yeah.
But and I know they will agree with me, once you make the commitment to like better yourself, your
It's
whole self,
addictive.
it's when you see the results, it
Yes.
is addictive in a non-obsessive compulsive
Yes.
way. It's just
The healthiest way.
Gosh,
it's
and then-
very addictive.
right. And then when you feel what it feels like to feel good,
Yeah.
you never want to not feel good.
Yeah.
And that goes for how you feel about yourself in the mirror, how you feel just in general with your energy, how just all the things. Because,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's why you should always go into health and
Yeah.
why you do things for that reason.
Yeah.
The looking good kind of just comes with
Yeah,
it.
it follows.
And then that should be your last priority, not,
Right.
I'm only going to do this because of that.
Yeah.
Right. Because, I mean, you can look good and still not even be healthy at all. And you can
100%.
still feel terrible.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, you really have to start, like, on the inside, whether that is your mindset or that's the food you're putting in your body. You have to get healthy, and then it will show on the outside. Even, I mean, if you're positive about yourself, I'm sure that somehow affects how you look.
100%.
I mean, you're going to carry yourself differently. You're going to walk around with so much more confidence. You're not going to be slumped over all the time, trying to hide. You know, it really starts from the inside, and then, you know, the outside will just follow
Absolutely.
as a byproduct.
I'm glad you said that because I'm a big believer in that we all have our strengths.
Yeah.
So it's something that we should all be very confident in, right? We're
Yep.
good at something. Everyone is good at something. And I think we are so busy comparing ourselves to other people's strengths, and it kind of puts us down. Stop worrying about that. Like, strive on what you're good at and what you love, and the rest will just follow.
I think let's leave them with a challenge, too. Like, write down 3 strengths about yourself.
Yeah.
You know, after this podcast, think about it. And what are your strengths?
And then write down 3 things this year, 2022, that would not make you look good, but make you feel better. What will you put in your life, whether it's be a part of the gym, whatever it is, write those 3 down.
Yep.
Any
I love
other-
that.
Yeah. So I hope you guys loved it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if y'all loved it enough, we'll maybe
Make
follow
some
up
more.
with something else. But yeah, don't forget, y'all are badasses. So love y'all.
Yeah.